So we have an acoustic guitar here. I'm going to go through some basic components of it just to get us started because everyone should know these basic parts. At the top up here we have the tuning bolts. So when you actually tune, you'll turn these. You see I just turned this one. You have your strings, which are these right here. The actual strings on your guitar. It's probably easier to see on this side. You have your nut right here, which keeps this white piece is called your nut. Is what keeps everything, all the strings in position. This is actually your guitar neck right here. This piece right here. You have frets. You see this little silver line right here? That's one fret. That's another fret. That's another fret. It's another fret. It's another fret. All the way up to the end of the neck. This is the body of the guitar right here. This whole piece right here. This piece right here, the bottom, this is your bridge. This white piece is your saddle. And when you change your strings, you take these out. Every guitar is different, so it all depends. And then if you look on the inside, you see that little piece right there. It's a truss rod. Usually most beginners won't even fool with this because it changes your action and stuff like that. Right now, you should really just be learning about playing. But I want to tell you about all these pieces. So like if something breaks on your guitar and you have to go take it in, at least you sound like you're a real guitar player knowing all the pieces of the guitar. So yeah, that's pretty much it for right now. Let's take a pause. On this part, what I want to talk about is your actual strings. This is important to learn. This is probably the next first step. So you see I have 6 strings. This very high one, that's string 1. The next one is string 2. The next one, string 3. String 4. String 5. String 6. The easiest way to remember this is string 1 is always your highest string. String 6 is always your lowest string. Okay, now that we know our string numbers, let's actually figure out what their names are. This is the next important step. So you shouldn't go to this step unless you know your numbers of the strings 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 because everything's linked together. So let's start off with the names of the strings. We're going to start from the lowest string and work our way to the highest string. This low string is your E string. Your next string is your A string, which is string 5, A. Your next one is D, which is string 4. Your next one's G, which is string 3. B is your next string, which is string 2. And string 1 is E again. That's actually out of tune, but we're going to talk about that in the next section. So E, A, D, G, B, E. You should say that over 10 times. E, A, D, G, B, E. E, A, D, G, B, E. One more time. E, A, D, G, B, E. In the next section, we're going to talk about tuning. In this section, we're going to talk about tuning a guitar. I have this app right here. It's called Guitar Tune. You can actually get it in well, it's not my app, but I got it in the App Store. It's free. If I was a beginner, this is the way I would definitely go. There are different tuners you can use. Let me see if I can find one back here. This is another tuner you could use. This one's actually going to cost you, and yeah, it does the same thing, but let's work with the free stuff. I'm of the mindset when you're first getting started, I think you should get quality, but you should get the freest thing you can get until you figure out this is something you want to pursue, even if it's just for fun. So yeah, with the tuner, remember we learned our strings 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That corresponds with the tuning. So on the app you can actually see E, A, D, G, B, E, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna start with an E string, our sixth string, and as I hit it, when it's in tune, you'll see this light up green and it'll make a sound. And I'm turning this tuning peg until it lights up. But you don't want to turn and just turn, because you'll break a string. You want to gradually turn. So let's see how that works. We're starting off with the sixth string of E. And you see on the screen, the actual E lit up. So that lets us know which string we're on. Let's go to the A, string 5. Let's go to the next one, D. And remember, you got to turn the right one. If you turn the wrong one, you might break a string or you'll see nothing happen at all. So we're on the B string. And let's go back to the high E, which is string number 1. I know this one's out of tune because I did it on purpose for example's sake. You see how that's out of tune and it's in red. Let's get it. So that's how you tune a guitar. And with guitars, they always go out of tune a lot. It's just the nature of the instrument. So even after you tune the first time, it's good just to go back through a second time just to make sure everything's in tune. So that's what I'm going to do real quick. See, that B was a little bit out. And another thing is, like when you use this tuner, I have it sitting up right now so you guys can see it, but it translates better if you actually sit it on the body of the guitar while you're tuning. It'll tune better. But for example's sake, I have it off on a stand so you guys can see it. But that's how you tune a guitar.